these two. And the other match on the outer table is Dynamite Darren and Dennis the Robocop. Having just beaten, Dennis just beat Rafael Martinez 9-7 in a very tight match. It was 7-7, and Dennis crapped in the 9-ball for 8-7. And then he managed to get out in the last rack with an excellent bank shot and sent Rafael to the western side of the bracket. And Dennis is now going to face Dynamite Darren for the right to go to the hot seat against the winner of this match, which will be our next match. 4 o'clock hot seat action. This winner versus the Daz Dennis winner. So SVB with the first break here and a beautiful layout. The 2-ball just fell right in front of him. It was hanging there and actually fell in. So the next ball's a 4. And that's not going to be any problem, as are the rest of these you wouldn't expect. So get settled in for some great 9-ball action here in the next couple of hours. Not sure what's going to happen at the 5:30 round, so as soon as we know, you'll know. And just like that, a break and run for the South Dakota kid. And Toasty to break. Hey, DR, how you doing? Once again, the 8-ball division will kick off tomorrow, approximately 1 to 1:30 in the afternoon. And I can go ahead and tell you, though, that the 9-ball finals for the men's side, the semifinals and finals will be tomorrow. And the semis will be at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, and the finals at 5:30 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. So that's how the last 2 matches in the men's division will shake out. So after our hot seat match tonight, any remaining men's matches will be on the one-loss side. Well, Toasty with a little bit of a mess down there. The only good thing is he probably won't sell out a run out here. It looks like he can, certainly has a full look at the 1-ball, but it's kind of in an awkward place, especially given the fact that he looks like he's going to be just a littlest bit jacked up over the 3. I'm not sure how much he can cue this, depending on what he wants to do. But it's kind of pretty ugly down there. That's a pretty inventive, good shot there by Thorsten. I think Shane's going to have to kick at this. I'm a little off angle here, so maybe he's got a piece of it. It looks like he does. Boy, he put a good stroke on that. Deserved a little bit better fate. Looks like maybe he can just put him under the 7 here. I think so. Thorsten's going for the short cue. I'm trying to look around the room to see where Darren and Dennis are playing so I can try to update you on that score, but I'm having a hard time locating them in the sea of people out there. And I'm kind of blocked on one row, so see what I can do as far as getting you some updates on that. Toasty has changed his mind about the jump shot. And it looks like the straight across kick here, which I kind of like this decision because I think you got a better chance to get some separation between the 2 and the cue ball, and may even get a little help from the 4-8. He wants to hit the 2 on the low side, on the 7-ball side. Hope the 2 doesn't hit the 6. Well, he got a pretty good result there. I mean, I think he's going to be safe here, though. But he's still alive. Going to have to kick again. This is going to be a little bit tougher because he's going right into the cushion that he's so close to, and it tends to lengthen out a little bit. You got to adjust for that. The 9's taking up too much room, I think, for the kick off the short rail. Now maybe you can go to the right of the 9 as you're viewing it, but in 2 rails. But I think this is his plan all along, was this way. Got to be careful about scratching in the side if you hit the wrong part of the 2 here. So if he misses the ball, it'll be long. Oh, he just barely avoided the scratch, but unfortunately, it's going to cost him. He kicked out of the first safe very nicely, but he couldn't leave Shane stymied there on the second kick. That's nice speed there. And just that quickly, it's 2 games to nothing in favor of the kid. And he's breaking in rack number 3. Okay, I have located where Dennis and Darren are. And looking at the beads, it's 1-1 if I've got the right set of beads here. It's just a little distorted, but at least I know where they are, and periodically maybe I can duck out and get you a more accurate update on the status of their match. Still a bunch of balls on the table over there. While Shane's just making easy work of these, I'm trying to keep my eye on the other match. So when they slide a bead over, I can tell you what's going on. And I think Dennis is shooting the 9 ball right now. He did. He's sliding a bead over. And I believe Dennis leads Darren 2-1, and it's Darren's break. Here it's Shane 3-0, and it's Toasty's break. Well, the last time we saw Shane here on the stream table, he was getting bageled by Dennis Orcuyo in the 10-ball division. So I'm sure this is a lot more Shane-like here, especially in his mind. But meanwhile, Thorsten with a great break-off here. And the most challenging shot of the rack is right here in front of him. It's got a little bit of an angle. I think he can avoid the 7-ball and just bounce out. And Toasty gets on the board, 3-1. He trails in the match, and it's Shane's break. No change in the status on the other match. Still 2-1 Dennis over Darren. Well, this looks real nice. Follow up straight in on the 3. And Shane's he's in practice mode here. He's just strolling around, kind of one stroke and everything. One, hit it. I'm never going to miss. I don't care where the ball goes. I'm going to make it anyway. Looks like speed pool, for crying out loud. 4-1. And still 2-1 in the other match. Toasty's been breaking from that side every match that he's played on this table. He finally figured out how to make the wing ball on his side, where everybody's been breaking from the other side and making the wing ball about 100% of the time. Actually, the magic rack kind of helped him a little there. It stopped the one ball from getting behind the 9, and I think he's got enough of it to pocket it. Just has to pick a path here where he's not going to have to deal with the 5, 6, 8 when he comes across for the 3 ball. He may play for the gap between the 5, 6, or he may come under the 6. I think he's going to play it safe and just play for the gap. That was fine. He knew if he ran into that ball, he'd still be okay. And he should make short work of these. I think Dennis has won the last rack. He's now 3-1 up on Darren, and Dennis is at the table. So Thorsten trailing 4-2. Shane's breaking. This is winner's side action in the 9-ball division. 4 players left undefeated, these two, and as we've been talking about, Dennis and Darren on the outer table. They're the other 4. The winner of these 2 matches will meet up at 4 o'clock in the hot seat. The women's 9-ball is starting to boil down a little bit too. I'm sorry I don't have any specific information on who's playing and who's left, but you can sure find that out yourself if you like by just checking the brackets at CTS On Demand. I do see one ladies match in front of me. It's Rebecca Wagner and Vivian Villarreal. So for those of you interested in that match, I can keep you posted on the progress because I can have a clear line of view to the score beads. And Shane with just a little more cut here than he'd expected. You know he wants to shoot, but I don't think he likes what's going to happen with the cue ball here. He's got a 3-rail safe up here behind the 6 if he wants to go, 2 rails short into the 3rd cushion, bounce towards the 4 ball, but it looks to me like he's going to cut this in. Thorsten may be just slightly impeded by the 6. It shouldn't present a problem in curving the cue ball just a little bit, even though the 1's pretty deep in there. I think he can certainly curve this a little bit to his left. And depending on the thickness of the hit, as long as he misses the 5 ball, should be okay. Maybe he can see it straight on. Looks like he can, the way he's cueing it. Oh, boy. Really nice stroke there. Table length draw. You can see on this camera shot just over Shane's left shoulder, that's Darren Appleton racking the balls. So that's where he's playing his match with Dennis. I'm going to sneak over here and try to take another look at the scoreboard. It looks like it's 4-1 in the Darren Dennis match. And that would mean Dennis is ahead. And here it's now 4-3, and Thorsten breaking to tie the match. Yeah, the 7 got him. Hit him really solid, too. Now this looks pretty inviting for the South Dakota kid. I don't see any problems whatsoever here. And let's see if he's still in kind of one-stroke mode here. Kind of looks that way. He's nice and loose. You can see too, Shane has gone to the black glove. He was wearing that silvery flesh-colored one for quite a while. He had cut the fingertips off of it. Remember last time we saw him, maybe at Derby. But if that's all it takes is putting a glove like that on, and I could play like Shane Van Boening, send me all the gloves in the world. But meanwhile, it's now 5-3, and it's SVB's break. Looks like there's still no change in the other match. Shane's got a Kamui Brown medium tip on his Q-Tech. One ball's been there about every time, huh? Needs to hit the 8. course, because I played to hit the 8. That's why I hit it. Okay, Dynamite Darren, I think, just slid a bead over. And it shows 4-2 on the scoring beads. I still believe Dennis is ahead. It's always confusing when you play an alternate break format because you see a bead get slid over, but you don't know necessarily if it's the guy that's going to break or the other guy. That could have got a little ugly if that thing hit the point and froze, but he knew it wouldn't. And another practice rack in the books for the South Dakota kid, 6-3. Shane's over there laughing and kidding over there with Shan Damani and Bill Silvera, Jason Shaw. He's certainly in a much more jovial frame of mind than he was the last time we saw him. So let's see what the hitman can do here. He needs to hold his serve every time and just hope for a turnover when it's Shane's break. What's going to happen to the cue ball here? Ooh. I wonder if he's got enough of that one. It just at the last second rolled up onto the 7. Let's see if he looks at it with a feeling that he can make it. He's got to put a good stroke on this, though, to get the cue ball back for the 4. And I think he'd have to go forward to do that, but probably with maybe with a center ball. I don't know. It doesn't look easy, that's for sure. And that's assuming he can make this. But maybe he can get enough of it to draw it towards the 5. Yeah, he was trying to hit the back of the 5 and help him scoot down here. But you know something? I think he's still going to take a cut at this. He can reach it real easily. It's pretty much, I would say, a game ball if he can make it. But of course, he's got to hit it pretty firm to get it there. And he knew he had to pop it, and he tried to go four times up and back. You know, hitting the short cushions 4 times, and kind of lost the cue ball a little bit. I think the way he looked at this, he's got the edge of it, and he is going to try to cut it to the lower left corner as you're looking. And looks like the cue ball will come natural 3 rails around towards the 9. Maybe even 4 rails behind the 9. Bump it a little bit. Well, right where he put his shaft. I think that's where he'd like to be. Now what? Probably got to play the combination. I mean, it's that or bank the 6. I don't even think he's got the safe where he can roll it up underneath the 9. I'm not sure if he's got the angle for that. He had to play it. There was nothing else he could do. There was no place to hide and no easier shot. Well, Shane's definitely feeling it. It just doesn't look like he's going to be denied this set. It's going to probably take something awfully strange to happen here for Thorsten to make up this deficit the way Shane's breaking and the way he's playing. All right, back over to the other match, and the beads are reading 5-2. And again, I do believe Dennis is ahead. Now he's going to try to get on the 2, I think, where he'll be able to. I'm not sure he wants to open the 6-7 up off the 2 ball. Now he's going to probably do that, but he could certainly do it off the 4 or the 5. If he does it here, he's just got to control the cue ball. But, I'm not sure this is the shot to open him up with. Yeah, he's going to do it off the 5. Just graze the edge of the 7 a little bit, and it'll separate them. Oh, okay. Well, the 6 goes over there, evidently. Then there was absolutely no difficulty here. And the South Dakota kid is on the South Dakota Hills, or the Black Hills, I guess we would say. But whatever hill you want to call it, he's on top of it. Okay, Dennis is racking him up to break. The beats again say 5-3 now. Well, the way things have been going here, you would expect this might be Thorsten's last time at the table. Shane's been pretty much breaking and running every time. For you Rebecca Wagner fans, she's 6-1 ahead of Vivian. Women race to 7 in the 9-ball division. I don't know if it's a winner's side or a one-loss side. I can only tell you that Rebecca's up 6-1. Boy, you overdrew that about a ball's width. I mean, it's not going to really be a problem, but you just wouldn't have expected him to leave himself this steep. I'm pretty sure he can kill the cue ball enough, though, to stay for the 8 there. If not, he's got a couple of other options, but it looks like he's going to just kill this maybe with a low inside drag. Yeah. Nicely done. Well, Toasty did his job. Now he needs some help from the pool gods. Just under $20,000 in the pot here in the open 9-ball division, and 4,700 of those dollars will go to our champion. Well, the only saving grace maybe for Thorsten is whether the 2 is makeable or not. Shane's standing in front of me, so I can't tell, and by looking at the camera there, it's also hard to tell. I think the real difficulty would be even if he can make the 2 is getting on the 3. I think he's going right at the 3 ball here. I think that's what he tried to do, was move the 3. Now he's going to need a trick shot. Well, this will be probably pretty easy to tell if it's good or not. It's good. Pretty skillful with that short cue, the kid is. Now cut this in the side. And I think he missed it. Oh, it stayed. But because he overcut it, the cue ball traveled a little further than he wanted it to. I really thought the 3 was going to hit the point and stay out, but the pocket did accept it. But again, because of the thinness of the cut, he couldn't control the cue ball as well as he wanted. So he's just going to go down the table here and make Toasty kick. The other match, the beads read 6-3. And again, unless I read it wrong from the very get-go, Dennis is in the lead. So I just want to make that disclaimer in case I'm wrong. But I'll tell you what I will do if this match ends after this rack. I will take a walk over there and confirm who's ahead and come back and let you know. Nice shot, Toasty. No, he must have caught rail first. It sure looked like he caught the ball first. Evidently, he didn't. And that probably should just about do it here, ladies and gentlemen. And this will put Shane in the hot seat at 4 o'clock if he gets these last 3. But Thorsten ain't going anywhere. He's just going to have to go to the western side of the chart and win a few extra matches to work his way back if he wants to have a crack at the title. And that'll do it. SVB to the hot seat at 4 o'clock. And I'm going to take a quick walk over there and confirm the Dennis Darren score, and I'll come back and let you know who's ahead over there. So stand by. I'll be right back. And Shane will be back here at 4 o'clock to play the hot seat match against the winner of Darren or Dennis.
Mark Tafoya to the tournament list, please. Mark Tafoya to the tournament list, please. If you want to play in a mini tournament, come on up, tell us what you want to play. We'll try to get one started.